Hello YouTube. So I just got off the Route 17 bus and I wasn't actually going to shoot video in this walk, but I just noticed some interesting timing and synchronicity, so I figured I'd get a little video footage of this. There's the I-10 West Rapid dropping off at the Park and Ride. I'm walking south on 79th Avenue, by the way. But yeah, you can kind of see the bus through the trees. You know, I never really noticed that there's that many trees there, but yeah, now that I'm trying to get video of the bus and realizing how obscured it is by trees, there's a decent amount of trees there. So yeah, that would have been the one that left the building formerly known as Chase Tower at 5:41 p.m. So it's the first time I've actually seen it come pop off the freeway and go into the Park and Ride as I'm walking from McDowell. So it's 5:59 p.m. Monday, May 16th, 2022, and yeah, bus is pretty much right on time. It's usually always hitting this Park and Ride pretty much right about 6 o'clock, like clockwork. So yeah, the McDowell bus, on the other hand, it's usually massively late. I feel like I was more or less running on time today. Now, I wasn't really watching in fact, when I got on the bus, I didn't look at the bus app at all. I didn't look at the Valley Metro Transit app at all to see when it was running. You know, as far as like how much was behind schedule or whatever, or what time it was going to arrive here. I've done that ride enough times, and I know if I catch the one that arrives, or if I catch the one that arrives at the 7-Eleven on McDowell and 48th Street at 4:45 or soon thereafter, that no matter how much it gets delayed, it always gets me here in time to get to work on time. So I was not so confident on what exact time I would get here, but I was pretty confident that I would get here and get to work on time. So I've got nearly an hour to kill at Amazon, which is a good thing. I haven't ate yet today, and the only food I have in my bag is a couple of bags of chips. Well, a bag of chips and a bag of veggie straws, which are basically chips. It's supposed to be a healthier option, but whatever. They're still deep fried. At least I think they're deep fried. Maybe they're baked. I don't know. I'm not really an expert on junk food. I just eat way too much of it. There's some I-10 traffic for y'all. Not too terribly bad right now, to be honest. It's inbound, moving pretty good. It looks like it's moving pretty good outbound as well. Not that I'm a part of it, once again. Oh wow, now we have 2 shopping carts over here. That's fabulous. Alright, well, it's daytime, so I'll get a little bit more footage of this growing homeless encampment here on 79th Avenue, just north of I-10. It's an impressive amount of tents. We've got a hasn't been around lately, which probably means they've moved on. I would guess they've probably moved on to cooler climates. Cooler climates, since it is getting over 100 degrees in the daytime here now. This tent directly ahead of me, that's a new one. That wasn't there last week. All right, somebody made another opening in the fence. That's nice. That's real nice. I was kind of counting on somebody to do that. I was really hoping that they would just get rid of the chain and the lock that ADOT put on the gate, as opposed to actually damaging the fence, but But yeah, somebody's got to handle it somehow. That little tent's been there for a while. Yeah, another tent there. That's a new one. A concentration of tents over here, directly ahead of me. And then this pile of garbage looks like what was left behind from the people that were in the nice RV. That looks like a freaking utility pole right there. What the hell? Another tent over in the trees. Still never fails to impress me just how freaking huge that Amazon building is. Looks like we got, let's see over here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shopping carts. Those shopping carts actually cost stores quite a lot, and of course when homeless people steal them, that expense gets passed on to people who buy groceries at those stores. So yeah, it sure would be nice if Phoenix Police Department would enforce the Arizona shopping cart law. Unfortunately, none of the homeless people yelled at me tonight for walking by and possibly filming them. Yeah, guess what? When you pitch your tent in a public street, you have no expectation of privacy. I mean, shit. Even if you have a house, the front of your house is subject to being filmed. That part of your house has no expectation of privacy. Now, granted, it's a whole nother deal if I'm walking up to your window and sticking my camera in your window. But yeah, what goes on in the front of your house? That's kind of public. That's publicly viewable by anybody. That's pretty well settled law. I think I'm gonna hop the fence today. Oh, so gosh, anything else I should be talking about? I'm glad I got some footage of the ever-growing homeless encampments. Oh wow, it's Amazon trash. That's probably trash that's, I don't know, hard to say where it came from, but I feel like that probably originated from Amazon employees just littering out their vehicles when they're consuming beverages here in the parking lot. It's I've noticed a lot of the employees do like to hang out in this parking lot before and after work in their vehicles. And I guess I've done that to a very small extent, although the only time I really think notably, and it wasn't even a matter of me hanging out in my vehicle, beyond just starting it and starting rolling video, was one time I did have a bit of a conversation with a coworker just about stuff going on in her apartment after work. Honestly, it was a lot longer conversation than I wanted to have with her, but she's kind of a sweetheart, and she's been going through some personal stuff at home that she shared with me that's pretty awful, a lot different than my own awful, but awful nonetheless, and in some ways actually kind of worse than what I'm dealing with. So I figured the least I could do is just listen to her vent, and I would say some of the things I'm frustrated with, that she's frustrated about, I'm kind of frustrated about too. I tend to take stuff at work a little more in stride, I think, than some people do. I figure at this point the absolute worst thing that they could do is fire me, and it seems like the main thing you need to do to maintain your job here is show up. So unfortunately, that's been kind of a struggle for me, just due to transportation and just difficulty sleeping, and then difficulty finding enough time to sleep due to transportation. But yeah, it is a little frustrating. It seems like how hard you actually work when you're here, and how focused you are as far as going from task to task. That doesn't seem to be as recognized. It's just simply what time you clock in and what time you clock out, and how much you try to take time off to handle your life outside of this building. I did get talked to by a direct supervisor yesterday, and I feel like I talked about this in my vlog already, about being a forklift driver, and I've been assured that the next time forklift driver training happens that I will be in it. So looking forward to that. Although work-wise, I'm just content. I'm really content being the pallet guy when I am the pallet guy. Being a water spider when it's a regular water spider moving product when I'm doing that, or just working the line. I mean, for the most part, and granted, I only worked about 3 hours last night. For the most part, last night I was just a line loader. At one point, my line was completely out of product, and I went and grabbed a pallet jack, thinking, well, I guess this is my cue to help out the water spiders. It didn't go ask a supervisor if it's something I needed to do. I just, kind of take the initiative, and I figure I'm trained to do most everything around my area, so I can, move from point A to point B without a supervisor saying, hey, you're standing around doing nothing because there's nothing to do. Can you go do something else? Like, I just go do something else. And even if that something else is picking up a broom and sweeping the goddamn floor. But anyway, yeah, so I grabbed a pallet jack and went over to find out that the holdup was actually not enough problem solvers getting the product ready to be moved. There was just simply nothing ready to move. So at that point, I put the pallet jack back and just found another line to throw on, and managed to stay busy doing that pretty much up until the time that I was asked if I wanted VTO wanted to leave early. So that's cool. That's cool. But yeah, I did have the supervisor that said he's for sure going to get me in for forklift training. At one point he came up, and I was just kind of hustling, working on a pallet of goods, getting them on the line, and he's like, hey, do you need some? I'll get you someone over here to help you. And I'm like, no, I neither want that nor need that. And kind of told him about the popular sign that's in a lot of mechanics offices, where there's a rate for labor, and then a higher rate if you watch, and a much higher rate if you help. So he seemed amused by that. He's African. I don't think he's ever seen that before. Anyway, thanks for watching.